All right. So we'll take a few moments and wait. All right. So as people, you're born, and then you go into when you're born, then you go into maturity, right? So normal being birth, born in maturity. When you're born again, you're regenerated. And then you continue with progressive sanctification. Meaning that once you become born again, once you come out that water, you are continually growing and growing and growing.
Now, is that spiritual?
Spiritually. Yeah. First one is physical, second one is spiritual. You're not born twice physically. You're only born once physically. And really, to be honest, you're only born again spiritually once. Not twice, not 3 or 4 times. Only once. Messiah only died once on the cross. So you can't be born spiritually, then you sin, and then you're born spiritually again, and then you sin, and then you're born spiritually a third time, and you sin. It does not work like that. Let's go 1 Peter 5. First Peter 5 and 5. All right, let's read.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elders.
Likewise, the younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Read.
Yea, all of you be subject one to another.
You all are subject one to another. Keep going.
And be clothed with humility.
Be clothed with humility. You cannot be subject yourself to an old elder that has some pride issues going on. It won't work. But everybody is to be humble. And the Bible keeps having these scriptures about being humble. Why is that? Finish the verse.
For the Most High are higher, resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble.
Now, resist is a very nice word for hate. But there are scriptures that says that he hates the proud. You cannot operate ill. It's all about me. You cannot operate like that. You have to be humble. Your salvation shows that you're humble. You're humble that Messiah died on the cross for you. So you're going to treat your salvation with kid gloves. You're not going to allow anything to disrupt your salvation because you are humble of what Messiah did. Now, a person who's not humble of what Messiah did, they'll just sin and don't have any care whatsoever. That shows the negative, evil fruit that they bring because they don't care what Messiah did. Even though they profess with their mouth, I never knew that. Let's go over to 2 and 2. First Peter 2 and 2. Read.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk. And these lessons that we're doing are milk. They're milk. Because we have to go back to the milk lesson so maybe we get a full understanding of what inheriting the kingdom is all about. But after these milk lessons, there will be no more milk lessons. There's going to be judgment. 1 John 2.
What do you mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Judgment or chastisement?
No judgment. Because chastisement has happened to us so many times. And we continue to operate in the wrong spirit. So Yeshua's not going to continue to bring chastisement.
So when people say judgment, they think that, okay, you can't judge me like, judgment means like when you fire, what do you call
They were wrong?
yeah, great right wrong. But when a person dies, isn't that judgment? Isn't a judgment have been made for them to die?
Mm-hmm.
So when they go before the great white throne, that's a sentence
Of the judgment.
of the judgment.
Right.
Yep.
So that's what I said, and I had a slide earlier where it talks about death.
That's
If
judgment.
you have a death, that's judgment.
And so is that when the science says that he's going to bring them to the valley of Jehoshaphat? No.
No, that's not.
He's going to bring them somewhere and he's going to plead with them. And plead with them means he's going to take them out.
No, that's not the great white throne. The valley of Jehoshaphat is what's going to happen as far as the prophecies go in the Bible.
But it's another scripture says he's going to bring people to the somewhere in the wilderness. I don't know. He said something that he's going to plead with them.
Yeah.
Because I thought plead with them means like he's going to be like, oh, stop saying, and he's like, nah.
No, that's not what it means. The Hebrew word for that is fear.
Yeah.
1 John 2. That's the
1 John chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
read that again.
And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
And I'm working on a lesson just on the word if. Just on one word. We're going to have a lesson that's going to be titled if. Because you need to know what these ifs are. Next verse.
He that saith, I know him,
Listen, he doesn't say, I know him,
and keepeth not his commandments,
and you don't keep his commandments.
is a liar,
He's a liar.
and the truth is not in him.
He has a commandment that says, love one another. Right? So if you said that you hate someone, you are not keeping his commandments. If you feel anything negative towards anybody, you are not keeping his commandments. Your salvation is at a dire risk. I don't know if I'm talking about this question. But the priest is allowed into the kids. There's no point. You have to keep that. We gotta convert? No. Let's keep going. We have to convert. Let's go to John 3. John 3, 3-7.
John chapter 3, verse 3. Messiah answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Messiah answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Verse 6, That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
All right? Let's go to 2 Corinthians 5. Second Corinthians 5, we're going to start at 14. Okay, verse 3.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 14. For the love of the Mashiach constraineth us, because we thus judge, that if one died for all, then we're all dead. And that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again. Verse 16, Wherefore henceforth know we no man after the flesh. Yea, though we have known him after the flesh, yet now henceforth know we him no more. Verse 17, Therefore if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new.
All right, so if any man be in Messiah, he is a new creature. Okay, when you are in Messiah, when you are baptized, when you become baptized, you are a new creature. Old things are dead. The old man who you were, that died. The old Adam died. You should not be operating the same way you are operating as a sinner. If so, your salvation is at risk. It says all things become new. All things. So Ephesians 2. Ephesians 4:10. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. For we are his workmanship, created in the Mashiach Messiah unto good works, which the Most High the Higher has before ordained that we should walk in them.
We should walk in that. This is what your salvation is. You should walk in whatever the ordination, whatever the works that he has prepared by doing the Great Commission. Titus 3, 4-7. Titus 3, 4 through 7. All right, let's read.
Titus chapter 3, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, the kindness and love of our power, our Savior toward man appeared. Not by works of righteousness.
Hold on. That verse in verse 4, that's the love of the Messiah as Savior. Right? Yeah. Is the Most High our Savior?
Yeah, we said that we read it. That's okay, we have to know the role of Messiah and the role of the Father. That's how you know what made you figure that.
Right, because when you say our power is the highest. Okay, let's go.
Titus chapter 3, verse 4. But after that, the kindness and love of Messiah, our Savior, toward man appeared. Not by works of righteousness, which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us, by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit.
There you go. By the washing of regeneration, baptism, and then the renewing of the Holy Spirit. Coming out the water. Verse 6.
Which he shed on us abundantly through Messiah Hamashiach our Savior,
So,
that being justified by his
we
grace,
are justified by his grace.
we should be made heirs according to the hope of eternal life.
You shall be made heirs according to the hope of eternal life. This is what your judgment is. This is what your salvation is about. We have to treat our salvation preciously. We have to treat our salvation preciously. But you have to understand and know what is salvation. Isaiah 44. And we're going to start at verse 3. Isaiah 44, we're going to start at verse 3. And let's read.
Isaiah chapter 44, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty,
Yeah?
and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water course.
All right? And they shall spring up. So if you're operating in the right spirit, and you're operating in the right, in treating your salvation properly, then as he continues to pour water upon you, meaning that you're diverse in his word, he's going to grow you up. It's so simple. Some of us are still seeds in the ground. Some of us only have one little leaf sprouting out. Some of us don't even have those roots yet. And why is that? Because we have taken our salvation for granted. We have taken everything that Messiah has given to us as a joke.
And we should teach it like we should have. We should teach it fully.
So, John 14:15. John 14:15. Read that.
John chapter 14, verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments.
It's very simple. Keep my commandments. Keep my commandments. And what was the commandment? He only gave 2. love the Most High, love your neighbor. Love. All he gives us is 2 commandments. Love. Love, love, love. Let's go 1 John 5 and 3. First John 5 and 3. Let's read it.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So we got to keep them. Not only do you have to keep them, but they have to be not grievous. They have to be not grievous. So death keeps man from the Most High, or sin. Sin keeps man from the Most High. And because man chooses a sinful life, he dies. When a man dies, that's everlasting hell and torment. But if he decides that he wants to serve Father, then he will have eternal life. And how do you get eternal life? We're going to go to Psalms 119. Psalms 119, we're going to start at 15. Psalms 119 and 15. All right, let's read.
Psalm 119, verse 15. I will meditate in thy precepts, and have respect unto thy ways.
I will meditate. That means you're going to study your Bible. That's meditating in the precepts. After you meditate in the precepts, you have respect. You meditate in the precepts, you meditate in the Bible, you start to respect the Father, and you start to respect everyone who's around you. 16.
I will delight myself in thy statutes.
So now you're going to keep the statutes. The statutes are very important. Finish.
I will not forget thy word.
And see, that's the problem. Because a lot of people are like the ground, where the seed gets in the ground, but it doesn't produce anything. It just sits there, and it's for the fowls of the air to come and take it and pluck it up. It doesn't get sown in. Forgetting the word. This is why we have to do these lessons, because apparently Father's word was forgotten. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah 1. So you have to meditate on Father's word in order to increase, get an increase in salvation. So Isaiah 1. Let's see something. Start at verse 15. Isaiah 1, we're going to start at verse 15. Now, this isn't the first time where let's just say Isaiah 1 and 15, read.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 15. And when ye spread forth your hand, I will hide mine eyes from you.
And that's not the first time that that has been said throughout the Bible. Where you start to go and pray, he's going to hide from you. Read.
Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood.
Your hands are full of blood. Keep going.
Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doing from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil.
Right? Wash. Make you clean. That's through the baptism. Put away the evil. Whatever you did in the past. Stop from doing evil. Next verse.
Learn to do well.
Learn to do well. This is meditating in the precepts. Read.
Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow.
18.
Come now, and let us reason together.
Yeah.
Saith the Lord, though your sins be as scarlet,
Yeah.
they shall be as white as snow.
Mm-hmm.
Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool.
Read 19.
If ye be willing and obedient.
You have to be willing and obedient. What's going to happen?
Ye shall eat the good of the land.
If you are willing and obedient. But guess what? There's an if there. Next verse.
But if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of the Lord hath spoken.
21.
How is the faithful city become an harlot? It was full of judgment. Righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers.
Okay. Your sins. They be like crimson, but he can make them white as snow. And let's say this, some of us, our sins are a little deeper than scarlet. They're a little deeper color than scarlet. But regardless what those sins are, we can make them as white as snow. But see, there's a problem. Because a lot of us refuse and we rebel. When you're given instructions, you refuse to do the instructions, and you rebel against those instructions, and then you wonder why your life is the way it is. Because now you're in a portion of being devoured. But had you been willing and obedient in the first place, you wouldn't have to go through this. The Bible is beautiful with all these ifs because it gives you an opportunity. You must be willing and obedient. If you're willing and obedient, okay, I'm going to be willing to the Father. I'm going to be obedient to the Father. I'm going to be obedient to His Word. He says to love my brother, and He says to love him and to love my neighbor. So I'm going to love him, and I'm going to love my neighbor. And I know if I do that, because I study thy precepts, then I know that the 9 fruits of the Spirit are going to be with me, and I know that I will inherit the kingdom of the Most High by operating in the 9 fruits of the Spirit, leading with the Spirit of love. That's the person who studies in their Bible, who knows what it takes to keep their salvation. Let's go to Proverbs. Yes. Seek judgment. What is seek judgment? Seek judgment is seeking the law as far as the Old Testament. The law is judgment. So you seek the law. It's not saying that you seek the great white throne. Okay? Proverbs 28. Proverbs 28:13 and 14. Here's another salvation block. Read.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 13. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper.
He that covereth his sin shall not prosper. He that covereth his sin shall not prosper. Read.
But whoso confesseth and forsaketh, them shall have mercy.
See? If you confess it and forsake it, the one thing that gets us is that we only confess and forsake the sin once we're caught. We don't voluntarily say, this is the sin that I'm operating in. We don't voluntarily do that. It's not until you're in a situation where you're trapped and you're cornered, all of a sudden you become just singing away. Yeah, I did this and I did that. But you only confess the sin that you got caught in. The Bible has something against that. And that's when Yeshua said, I never knew you. Verse 14.
Happy is the man that feareth always.
Yes.
But he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief.
Happy is the man that feareth always. Happy is the man that respects the Most High. Happy is the man that loves. Happy is the man who operates in the fruits of the Spirit. But that man who does not operate in the fruit of the Spirit, that man who does not operate in love, always are going to fall back into sin. That's always. All right, let's go Matthew 11. Matthew 11, we're going to start at verse 26. Let's read.
Matthew chapter 11, verse 26. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father. And no man knoweth the Son, but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father, save the Son. And he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him.
28.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
So when it talks about being all these that are all these who are labor, all these who labor and are heavy laden, those are the ones who fight. Those are the ones who overcome, who will be called overcomers. Those are the ones who keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and they fight against the world as it is. Those are the ones who are labor and that labor and are heavy laden, because that rest that he speaks of is the overcoming. "29.
Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me.
Take my yoke upon you and learn of me." You have to learn of Yeshua. Read.
For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
30.
For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
See that? His yoke is easy and his burden is light. Our yokes are hard and they are depressing. That's what Ecclesiastes. numbers. So we're going to go to Ecclesiasticus 19. And we're going to read 18 to 20. Ecclesiasticus 19, and we're going to start at verse 18. Let's read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him.
See that? The fear of the Lord is the first step of for him to accept you. So if you don't respect people on this earth, you're not going to respect Yeshua, and he's not going to accept you. Finish the verse.
And wisdom obtaineth his love.
Wisdom obtaineth his love. 19.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
Yeah.
And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
Let's read verse 19 again.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
Does anybody need an explanation on that? Finish reading the verse.
And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
Someone had a question, I think.
Well,
You gotta speak that one. Can you explain it?
explain what, 19?
Yeah.
Knowledge of the commandments. What are the commandments of Yeshua?
The Ten Commandments is to love.
Oh, you only gave us 2.
No, it's to love. I don't want to.
Commandments of Yeshua is to love the Most High and love your neighbor. That's the doctrine of life. Because if you're doing that, what is the law doing? How is the law pertaining to you if you are loving the Most High and loving your neighbor? You're not under the law. Right? Now, the second part of the scripture says, and they that do things, do. Once again, you have to do. That please him. What do you think would be a thing that pleases him? Outside of loving the Most High and loving your neighbor. What do you think would be one thing that would please him that you're supposed to be doing? Huh?
Say it, be obedient.
Yeah, being obedient, that's one. The Great Commission.
She's been saying that all day. That's the answer instead of John the Baptist.
Right. What do you think is the thing that'll please him? Well, that goes into loving your neighbor.
Keep the commandments.
Well, he said that there were 2 commandments. You can't keep one without the other. You can't love the Most High and then hate your
Okay,
neighbor.
let's rephrase the question. What was the question again?
What are the things that you can do that please him? You think they'll feeding the homeless will please him? What do you think? Look at those scriptures. Feeding the homeless is not going to get you everlasting life, immortality. Now, we already have said that we have 2 commandments: to love the neighbor, love the Most High. What do you think?
Y'all have said the Great Commission. God has said feed the hungry.
right? Y'all are so many wonderful works, but I never knew you.
Excuse me.
No, I'm not. Because you listen, feeding the homeless, you listen to all this, but at the same time, you stand all the right things to say.
But we're not doing it.
Listen, R.A.W. said, teaching everyone the word of truth, right? Upon line, precept upon precept, and so the greatest gift, love. What are you looking for, Shepherd?
That's just it. You have to do these things in love.
Oh, okay, now,
You
now this is
do
what
that.
if I have people, so if you feed the homeless, you get somebody a shirt off your back, and it's not done in love, it don't mean anything.
See, so you said, love the Most High and love your neighbor. And then you said to do feed the homeless. Now, everything was right, but feed the homeless, do this, teach.
You can feed the homeless because you have went to jail, and you have to do community service, and your community service is to get the homeless. So you're doing it in love, right? You do
Right.
your community service.
But you're doing it, the things that you do, that's why it says it there, that they do things that please Him. If you feed the homeless because you love the homeless, if you're sitting here and you're teaching Father's word because you love to bring forth Father's information to help people,
You love what you
you're
do.
not sitting up here teaching because, I want to look good on camera. That's dead work.
So like
And you're going to be judged for that.
So your thing is like a caretaker, cooking. So when you cooking, you feel good, you pray Father, let the food minister to the people. You're doing it because it's like when somebody is sick and you make, instead of buying them a can of chicken noodles, you go and you get the chicken, you do it from scratch, you make it, you do it out of love.
You don't open up a Campbell's cup of soup and then dump it in the bowl and put it in the microwave and say, here, let's go make it.
Love is when you put the extra time, the extra work into it, and you don't mind, you're not begrudging and doing it.
Right. Verse 20.
The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of His omnipotency.
The knowledge of His omnipotency, right? That's what it's all about.
Love is taking care of your living life. What's that?
All power.
All omnipotent.
All power.
Omnipotent is what's the opposite?
Let's go to Matthew the 24th chapter. Omnipresent, omnipotent.
And that means he's everywhere.
Correct. Matthew 24th chapter. We're going to read verses 34 to 46. Like I said, at the end of this lesson, we're going to have a couple of announcements that we're going to make as far as teachings that will be coming forth to spread this word even more. Matthew 24, starting at 34. Read.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Yes.
But of that day and hour knoweth no man, but no, not the angel of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right? So it's just like it's just happening today. The same thing. 39.
And knew not until the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left.
That means the one that was taken is the one who was following the law, statutes, and commandments. The other one was not. Next verse.
2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
Now, Yeshua does things that are in order. He's not coming tonight. Why is that? Because there's certain things he's not going to revert what his Bible says or what the Bible says. We already know certain events have to happen before he is to come. He's not going to change that. But things can start happening very, very quickly. And because you're not ready, because you're dealing with things emotionally, or you're dealing with whatever, you're not even dealing with the sin that you're supposed to be dealing with, you're going to get caught. It's time to get serious right now.
Yes.
Because let's just say you said, you know what, I'm gonna start serving the Most High, but then you don't hear the trumpet. Because you're just saying it, but you don't hear the trumpet. You have 3.5 wonderful years of torment while everyone else is on their way to the wilderness. And let me say this too, because I think we may have forgotten about this. If you're with a group of people and they're following, or you're with 1 or 2 people or 3 people and they're following the law, statutes, and commandments, but you're not, but you're just hanging around with them, and you're following them to the wilderness, and you're going to the wilderness, you're still not going to make it. Because in the book of Isaiah, it tells us that those people are going to be stopped at the border. So you can think that, well, you know what, I'm still gonna do me. But yeah, I'm gonna say a higher on the Shabbat because it's convenient for me right now. And then when the call to the wilderness comes, and you see everybody else going, and you're gonna follow, I'm following, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna follow them. I think I'm gonna get right now. I think I'm going to straighten myself out now. I'm going to repent right now. Because you see everybody preparing and getting ready for the wilderness. And as you're making it to the wilderness, you stop. That's not good. So why not get everything done in order yesterday? I didn't say today. Yesterday.
It's not worth it. Sin is not worth it. Operating in demonic spirits is not worth it.
Unless you want to see what the 3.5 year tribulation is. 43.
But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. See that?
If the good man of the house known in what watch the thief was to come, he would have watched and would have suffered. He would not have suffered his house to be broken up. The devil.
I would say, who's the thief?
The devil.
He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He's the thief.
So if the watchman is always watching,
Yeah.
and making sure that everyone in the house is doing according to what they're supposed to do, including himself,
Yeah.
because he wouldn't be called a good man if that was the case.
That's right.
So when the devil comes in, and he calls the devil out. He's not afraid to call the devil out because he knows that the devil is going to break up his house. So he's not afraid to call the devil out. Next verse.
Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh.
Yeah.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season?
Yeah.
Verse 46. Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Blessed is that servant. And that's when the Messiah says, well done, good and faithful servant. Okay? All right, let's go to Proverbs, you know what, let's just go to Galatians 5. Galatians 5. We're going to start at verse 22. All right, let's read.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith.
Hold there. Now, we're going to go around the room. The fruit of the Spirit, love. What is the fruit of the Spirit with love? Right here. What does that mean? Why is love there? Oh, and don't worry, because I'm going to ask a different question each and every one of us.
Sorry, what is love?
It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love. My question is, why did Paul start with love?
Because everything that follows, if you show love and have love, then you have the other one.
Okay. All right. Joy. Right? But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy. What constitutes joy in your life? It's about your salvation, right? What constitutes joy in your life? What constitutes joy in your life?
You don't know what brings joy to you. You know, like, knowing that you're on track with the Most High.
That's a wonderful, critical answer.
Critical.
All right.
What brings joy in your life? Right? What constitutes joy in your life?
You personally, girl. What's joy? What brings joy to you?
I'm not looking for a scriptural answer. Because joy.
What makes you happy? What makes you laugh? Music? Is that what you're saying? He does the noise it well, the father, how the noise it well.
Okay.
Wait, but no, what do you mean?
The question really answers itself. I don't
What
understand
brings you
how,
joy?
I don't understand how you cannot understand
Well, I read it. Making sure I'm on track with the Most High and singing praises to the Most High music. Does your family ever bring you joy?
Yes, but you said,
Gathering together, worshiping.
oh.
All right, next question. All right, so the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace. How do you get, or how can you get peace in your soul?
You personally.
Me personally, I would say that more recently reading the Bible.
Okay? But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering. Right? So, how can you long suffer with someone that you do not like?
You gotta remember when we try to get to you. You don't want to be singing. That's what I gotta remember. When I don't like someone at the moment, I gotta remember that I love you. And that you're trying to run a rock for me. And I'm sure there's been times where, like in the Bible, you say, what I made you for. You know?
You want to pick you up, right?
And let me tell you, there's no such life inside in the Bible. You love someone, and you
No,
take
yeah,
them.
like in the morning, you know, you have to sometimes God tells you that I love you. There's why I'm 600.
No, I don't have to do that. Because if you love somebody, you love them. And when they ask us, you don't have to remind yourself that you love them. You say, okay, what is going on with that person? You know, and you ask mother to show you how to help them or to minister to them. But if you truly love someone, if you have the love of the Most High to shine inside you don't have to remember that you love somebody. That you love them, and you're going to go to war for them no matter what. So even if they cut in your face and calling you the B-word, you can defend yourself, you know, but you still have to be able to still go to war for them at the same time. So, the God still knows about God still knows
Right. Galatians 5:22, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, then there's gentleness. Right? So, the question would be, with gentleness, how can we operate in the spirit of gentleness and yet not be prideful?
I know you got it.
How can you do that?
Well, how you operate in the spirit of gentleness, but not being prideful.
Now, this is your own personal thing. You don't want to put it on after like, oh, no.
It's by when you're being put in situations where gentleness is required. You can't listen to what the devil brings. You can't be all hard-hearted towards the person. It comes with having compassion and grace upon somebody. We gotta have compassion on us.
Explain. What situation? What situation? Did you say a situation? Well, what situation comes around where you would have to be gentle?
when it comes to you have had off with a certain person in your life, and they have done you wrong, or you have done them wrong, and they have continued to do it. And it irritates you to your soul that this person continues to do that thing to you, but you love them, and you don't want to continue and you don't want to lose that person, especially if you rude to them and end up costing them their salvation. So you be guilty to them, and you continue to do what they command you to do, having compassion upon them.
Goodness. Good. Right? The Bible says but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness. Why is goodness in the Scripture? I would say, why do you think goodness is in the Scripture? But then we'll probably go to the Ten Commandments. But why do you think goodness is here?
Because it's like,
Gentleness is already been used in the Scripture. What is goodness to you? That's goodness, being nice to someone. You can be nice to someone and still go to hell. Because that niceness doesn't have what?
love.
All right.
My Bible says, this is the characteristic the Most High displayed for us that we trust to be faithful.
Goodness.
So goodness is being honest with the person, having integrity. Goodness is like, who are you really when you're alone? Are you still have integrity? Do you still do your life and nobody's not looking? You know, I was driving yesterday, and I was in a parking lot yesterday at Walmart, and I was sitting there. And the lady was in the store, so I was just like in prayer. And I looked up and I saw a sign on the back of the window of the car, and it said, "You'll never walk alone." That was interesting to me, because you say who are you really when you're alone, but really you never walk alone. Someone is always walking.
Correct.
So goodness is being honest, no matter how bad or ugly the situation is. You do honest. That's
Correct. For you, faith. Fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. Right? And don't say faith is the evidence of the things hoped for. Things that are not seen. But faith. what it takes to you. Maybe I shouldn't, because he's wrapped up for some reason. Thank you. Quickly.
Well, for me, faith is more than just not seeing and believing or having faith something is going to happen, whatever the case may be. It's having belief with zero doubt.
Okay. Having belief with zero doubt.
Where no matter what you're going through, no matter what's being thrown at you, you can still push through it. You can still go on.
Meekness. You. Meekness. So, when it comes to meekness, how do you think you can either gain meekness or improve the meekness? What is meekness? Humble. Yeah, how do you think is and maybe meekness is not something that you need to improve on. Maybe you're not an arrogant person. I think that's the wrong question. I think I want that to be meekness. Yeah. I don't think you deal with pride issues. Meekness. No, that's probably. What do you think?
Well, I say meekness is in here because you have to be submissive. And one of the sisters is meekness, and I think it's saying that you have to be submissive to the life of somebody. You have to be submissive to your side or life of somebody. You have to be submissive to the elders, mind of God. Without being meekness, without having that humbleness, and you can't really run from anybody or run from anything. Because you have stuff that's full and trying to build up in you.
That's true. But temperance. Now I'll go to you. Temperance. Right? So, how do you think you can improve on temperance? How do you think you can improve on temperance if you need improvement for temperance?
You must be. No, yes, no. I do want to be patient. Because when I need to be patient, I think he's already doing it.
You don't want to do that. Okay. Okay. Good. Now, everybody understands and knows that, I know, everybody understands and knows, you know our addiction.
That's my other judgment.
Right, let's see, what we got on the chat?
ARW says, faith is to me when you have a relationship with the Messiah, and you know what that, of a shadow of a doubt, if you are doing what you're supposed to do, it will come to pass, it will definitely come to pass. This is giving love and neighbor most of all to the Messiah, and you're following his word, and know who you are, what you ask for, if it is his will, it will come to pass. Faith.
But it will come to pass. Now, there's a reason why I did this. And the reason why I did this is because now that you have said it, You have to do it.
And nothing to it, but to do it. And nothing to it, but to do it.
So now you have to do it, right? 23.
Meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
So now you understand that those are things that you need to increase on. Now you understand that when you're operating in all of these, there is no law. 24.
And they that are the Mashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust.
So now those that are in Yeshua, you have crucified that flesh. You crucified those ways that will stop you not operating in love, not operating in joy, not operating in peace, not operating in faith. Next verse.
If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
Yeah.
Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another.
That's what we don't want to do. All right? Let's go to Proverbs, the 4th chapter. Proverbs 4, we're going to read verses 5 to 7. You know, you need to be quiet. Now, I'm trying to do what they call teaching. Proverbs 4, verse 5. Read.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth.
You ought to get wisdom, you ought to get understanding. But he also says you're not supposed to forget it. Next verse.
Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee.
Verse 7.
Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding.
What's the difference between wisdom and understanding?
Isn't wisdom like information that you, if I don't know.
Well, it's just come out the mouth to you. What's the difference between wisdom and understanding? Because the Bible is always saying, get wisdom, get understanding. But what is wisdom and what is understanding? Oh, I can say this for real. Let's not all jump at once.
So is wisdom like the information, but understanding is understanding the information?
Wow. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say that, but in more confident, my question was.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wisdom is getting how to deal with things and understanding what you're doing.
So y'all can piggyback and off of what everybody else said. But that's right. Right? You get wisdom, you read the Bible. You get understanding, you start doing the Bible.
So information, good judgment,
That's wisdom.
the quality of being wise, intelligence, understanding, insight,
Correct.
discernment.
Yes.
So
Especially
you know
discernment.
if something is happening, and you feel like something is, you can discern when things are good, when things are bad. You just don't fly off the handle without making decisions. And I know the man is just talking about life for this, Because I have said it to every last one of you all, that you all go out and you start making rules and stuff up that don't make sense to nobody but you all. But I know you all don't like it when I say it, but if you take the time to understand what I'm saying to you, you would have a feeling towards me. Because there's no way you can make a decision in a heat of argument. Well, guess what? We just gonna do this, this, and this, and this. What? No, we're not gonna do this and this, because you just made this up in the midst of your argument, and your temperance, and your temperate time. So that decision, or whatever rule you made, is not gonna work. So, in the scripture, I don't know what scripture it is, but when you make a decision, when you make a choice, you should not be making it while you're going through something.
Yeah, that's pretty probably.
Yeah, so, men, please understand what I say to you. When I tell you all make decisions that don't make sense to nobody but you all. Because even if we do as wives carry that whatever it is out that you ask us to do, it's not going to work because you were not in the right spirit when you made those rules of that decision. It's not going to work.
I'm going to say this. If a man gives a rule to do and it goes against the Bible, the women are not supposed to do it.
Well, yeah, it's the Bible, of course you're not.
So if he makes a decision and that decision is not it's against the Bible, then it doesn't matter. You're not supposed to do what he says.
Well, so man, so you'll say, you know what? The kids go, you lay them down at 8 o'clock and they don't go to sleep, so guess what? Let's let them stay up till 11 o'clock. No, what, really? No. That's just an example. Like, you're making decisions that don't make sense. Why would you let a child stay up till 11 o'clock? Because when you all are not here doing it yet, and the women don't have to deal with that. So you're making decisions that's going to make things bad for me. So it's not helping you, it's against you. So let's calm down, and we have to come back another day when things are calm and talk about it and make decisions together. Then that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. So, let's go Luke 21. Once you understand your salvation, read
Luke chapter 21, verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Verse 17. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your soul.
in your patience, possess your soul. Let's go to Hebrews, the 6th chapter. Hebrews 6, and we're going to read verses 10 through 12. All right, let's read.
Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Once again, I keep saying that you have to do. You cannot sit around and think that you're going to inherit the kingdom if you do not do anything for the body.
You take this here,
Next
every
verse.
body take note.
And we desire that every one of you do shew the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end.
It says that we desire that everyone, next verse,
That ye be not slothful,
that ye be not slothful.
Lazy.
Yeah, come on.
but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promise.
Through faith and patience. And someone says that they have to work on their patience, right? But if you work on that patience, you get the promise.
And let's get an understanding. Whoever says they have to work on patience, don't think that, oh, it's just gonna pop up and you're gonna have it. Messiah is gonna send people and things your way.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
gonna send situations your way for you to gain that patience. Believe me. So I'm thinking not gonna go through it.
And we can't have all these talks about doing the work of your salvation without going to James 1.
All right.
Right, let's read.
James chapter 1, verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
Yeah.
For if any be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed.
Shall be blessed in his deeds. So that's why things in this ministry are starting to develop how they're developing, so that you can be blessed in the deeds that you're doing, if you are doing it in love. If you are doing it in love, right? All right, Baruch 4 and 1. Baruch 4 and 1. Okay. Read.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
It's very simple. You work and you do, you keep your salvation, you'll live. If you lose your salvation, you will die. Last scripture is going to be John 16:33. John 16:33. Let's read.
John chapter 16, verse 33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world.
All right. He's spoken to you. In the world, you're going to have tribulation. But through this tribulation, you're supposed to have good cheer because you have overcome the world. And you want to be labeled as an overcomer. So therefore, Yeshua can say, well done, good and faithful servant. Right? Next week is going to be one of the demons. And they're more than just a bad, evil spirit. We're going to find out what is a demon according to the Bible. Tomorrow's lesson is going to be on grief. We're going to go through grief, and we're going to go through and get an understanding of the grief activity. All right, so I did say that we had a couple of announcements that we're going to make as far as lessons that will be coming forth. Starting tomorrow, we're going to live stream 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who are live streaming, we're going to start with an introduction to our Hebrew language. We're gonna have lessons about the language so that we can get an understanding of our language. Not to speak it or whatever, but get an understanding of what our language is and how strong our language is. So tomorrow, our live stream, we will have that, we will start that class tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it'll go till 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Then we're going to have our normal service at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In about maybe 3 weeks to a month, in about that period of time, we're going to start having lessons. We don't have an actual time or day yet, but it's going to be on families. We're going to have teachings, and there are going to be 7 teachings on family. There are going to be detailed teachings. We're going to have more information on that, but it's time to start spreading this ministry out. It's time to start getting this word out. We will have a time in a couple of weeks as far as what time and what day. We don't know if it's going to be on day 7. We don't know if it's going to be on day 1. We don't know if it's going to be on day 6. So, we are going to do it though. And then that family teaching, there's going to be more teaching from that. So a couple of the brothers are going, and the wives are going to be bringing forth these lessons. Right? We're still going to have our Friday night lessons. We're still going to have our Shabbat lessons. Those are not going to go away. But we're going to have our Hebrew language, and we talked about it in January. We talked about it in February. So now we're going to bring those lessons forth, starting tomorrow at 10:30. Right? Other than that, tomorrow will be our lesson on Greek, and what happened to our people in the Greek captivity. So with that, we're going to, is there any questions? Probably not. So we're going to see if we have any questions on the chat. We're going to open up the questions here or on the chat. We apologize for the camera freezing. Hopefully tomorrow.
Try to get some good equipment. We gotta get some good equipment, we're ready to have, we ask Father to help us to get some new equipment.
Yeah. All right, so with that being said, we want to do some shalom. And first of all, we give thanks to the Most High, Ahaya, Yeshaya, and Wallawa. And also, we want to thank y'all for joining us on live stream, staying with us. And we're going to put in a prayer that the stream goes all the way through tomorrow.
So please join us at 10:30.
10:30 tomorrow morning.
Eastern time.
Correct.
We're trying to implement more things. We're trying to grow the ministry. So please support us.
Right.
If you have enjoyed this lesson and have found it educational, please like and subscribe to the channel to get future teachings. Also hit the bell to be alerted when another teaching comes online.